Hello everybody, welcome to this video. So in this video I'm gonna start talking about chord tone soloing concepts and scale choices that I use in my own soloing for the song Minor Gaps. So we will be dealing with the chord changes in section E. So I will divide this into three parts. So in this video I'm gonna deal with bar 30 to 37. So basically bar 30 to 37, it's in G minor. So overall key is in G minor. So you may want to first get used to playing some G minor natural minor scale and also harmonic minor. So let me show you one position that I like. So it's here. So let's get that few notes first. We have the G on the 5th fret, and then the A, which is the 9th. The B flat, which is the flat 3, and then this the C, the 4th, the 5th, the -6, the E flat, and then you have the F and G here. Actually, a couple more on the top E string. So you have the A again, you have the B flat, you have the C. And let's cover the rest of the scale, going to the low A string, so F, and then the E flat again, to D, to C, E flat, and actually grab the G here to complete the scale. So here's one position that I'll be using a lot in this video for explanation purposes. So the first thing that we want to do is to I will teach you to play a G minor arpeggio in a very musical way. So in a jazzy kind of context, we often play arpeggios with extensions. So the arpeggio that I'm showing you in a minute is called the G minor 9 arpeggio. So here are the notes. So first of all, you hit the G, and you hit the 9, the A, and then do a slide here. And then you do a sweep. For your left hand, you play the D and the F. So it's like a B flat major triad here. Alright. And then slide, and then D and F. So D 7th fret, F on the B, 2nd fret. Picking wise, I'm doing it down, up, a slide, and then down, down. So it's a mini sweep 2-string. 2 more notes. So, and then you want to slide from 9th fret to 10th fret on the high on the B string. So it's just a grace note, and then you hit the G here. All right. It's a very common arpeggio to use in a jazzy kind of context, and actually if you listen to fusion records, a lot of people sort of blend. A lot of fusion artists sort of blend, these jazzy concepts in and use them in a rock context. So it's one of the very musical tools that I use when I encounter a situation like this. So for G minor, so a G minor chord. It's actually G minor 9 here, so it's definitely a very musical tool to use over the G minor 9. Alright, so and it's boring to play it like that every time. So there are actually some ways to spice it up. So one thing that I do very often is to embellish the root. So, and hence the G harmonic minor scale. So if you play the G harmonic minor scale, there's only just one minor difference, which is a huge difference actually. So you play the F sharp instead of the F if it's a natural minor scale. So a rock and roll sound. But if you play the harmonic minor, it sort of has a classical music feel to it almost instantly. So one way that you can do it is to embellish it by surrounding the root with some neighbor tones. So the neighbor tones are A and F sharp, And if you look at it that way, it's like they're surrounding the root. So one phrase that utilize this concept would be. So it's pretty much the same thing. Let me do that again. So it's pretty much the same thing, but you're just embellishing the root here, and there are lots of variations to it. So for example, you can use your third finger to get started. So you play it, you pick it, pull off, slide. All right, and then you slide back to the G with your first finger, and then you do the same thing. And sometimes I linger on the ninth, the A, and it's really cool. So it's that kind of sound. So there you go. And one more way to embellish it. So it comes from horn line. So saxophones, horns, they use this kind of phrasing. So what you can do here is you use your fingers are like 4, 3, 2, 1 on the B flat, A, and then A flat and G. All right. So you pick the first note, you do a slide for the rest. But the rhythm is like you have a longer note here, and then you sort of have a triplet here, and then one more slide. All right, like that, something like that, very horn-like. And guitars just borrow a lot of stuff, single line material from saxophones, horns, and stuff. So, and it is one of the favorites of guitarists. So, like that. Okay. So if you want to play the line again, the fingering that would work would be do this, and then you play this, play the 9 with your pinky, grab the G with your first finger. So pretty much, sorry. Or you can do it up here instead. So there's a lot of variations to this kind of concept. So definitely get that. So that's the first concept. Let's move on. So we tackled the G minor 7 or the G minor 9 chord with a G minor 9 arpeggio. So let's move on and talk about the C minor 9. So basically, C minor 9 and C minor 7, basically to me they're the same chord. They have different colors, but they're really just C minor chord. And when it comes to chord tone soloing, the first note that we targeting most of the time is actually the third. So if you construct a solo that starts with this line, it would be sensible to come up here and find the E flat here. All right, so just an example. So that would let me do that again. So that's better. You have the E flat. So E flat is actually the third of the chord of C minor. So again, you can surround the chord tone with neighbor tones to embellish it a little bit. So you know this concept embellishing chord tones is actually a very important one. It allows you to play arpeggios in a much more musical way. So let's find the C minor arpeggio here again. So you have the 10th fret on the D, 8th fret on the G, 8th fret on the B, and then the B flat here. Okay, a B flat, the 11th fret on the B, and then a C here, and the E flat here. So what you can do here is you can play these arpeggios and adding these and at the same time add these neighbor tones to the chord tones. it really sounds very musical. So what I did back there was, again, I surrounded the E flat with these two, so the D and F. So again, you can actually try this. Sorry. So you can try that. So grab the C. C is the root, obviously. So you can surround that again. So this note is not diatonic to the key, so diatonic G minor, but that's okay because we're not staying there. All right, and I'll just grab the arpeggio. So here I'm doing the same thing to C, but I'm just doing it with the adjacent string. So B, D, and C. All right, and then I stop on the G. All right. So that's it. That's how what you can do with the C minor 9 chord. That's an example. So that's the really the core of my soloing, chord tone soloing technique. And then you move on to the F11. So with the F11, it's basically just an F7 chord. So you can grab it here too. So I'm on the eighth fret, 10th fret, 8th fret. So your first finger has the bar, and then the 10th fret on B, 8th fret on the high E. So one lick that you'll hear in one of the solo is alright, so what I'm thinking here is just really targeting chord tone. So I have a chord tone here, the A, so I targeted that with 2 chromatic notes. Alright, and then another chord tone, the E flat. And then A is another chord tone. Alright. So what I played there was G, A flat, A, and then a C chord tone, approaching the E flat here with the F, E, and then E flat, the C, and then you can hit the A here as well if you want to, and then there's an F, and the chord itself, it resolves to the B flat major. I'm going to talk about the B major here, which is really just a half step above the root. So I'm going to talk about it in a minute, but for now, just omit that chord and pretend that we're. So usually, the F7 or the F11 here would just go back to the 1 chord, the B flat major. So one good way is to think about the resolution ahead of time. So the D is a perfect note because you would play the B flat major here. The D is actually a chord tone, so it would be a very nice way to end the phrase. You can simplify it. If you simplify it, it's really very simple. So in this part, I'm just adding chromatics. So you do them on one string. It's actually extremely obvious. I have a direction that I want to, I'm heading. I have a note that I'm trying to target, but I'm just doing that with chromatics in between. All right. So get this part down and move on to part 2 of this video when you're done. So I see you soon. All right.